Tens of thousands of football fans came to Highbury. Electrifying.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the unbreakable, the unmistakable, and the always relatable TCP Live, coming at you live at 7:33 p.m. every Thursday evening on the YouTubes, and available ad-free on YouTube memberships and Patreon.
Push-ups, please.
How many do I have to do?
I said times 10 per minute, but we're what? Yeah, you're not doing 40, are you? So.
Whoa, why not? What are you
Well,
suggesting?
40 is a lot, though, isn't it?
That felt like a
40s.
rude character assassination.
Well, how many would you like to do?
None. Welcome back to TCP Live. How are you all? I hope you're doing fantastically well. A reminder, if you haven't yet, to drink water today. I realized recently, Rohan, I'm chronically dehydrated.
Like when you pee, is it like really yellow?
Yes.
Yeah.
To be graphic. But also, I like so many things that I put down to being tired. I'm like, I need a coffee. Oh, I feel a bit sluggish, whatever. I'm dehydrated. So if you're out there, tip of the day today on Cannon Podcast, make sure you have enough water.
And we need to actually put a number to it. 3 liters.
3 liters.
Yeah, that's what I drink.
How much is that? I mean, it's 3 liters, but
it's like 3,000 milliliters.
Is that how much is that? It's 1 liter, I'm being told by my production staff.
So like when I'm at work, it's a nice little break to just fill up your bottle.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier in the weekday for me than the weekend, but I still get 3 liters in. Like,
yeah.
You have to get water in. I think too many people drink too much coffee.
I completely agree. I have a friend called Adam. I have a friend called Adam who might be listening to this podcast. He could drink up to 6 or 7 coffees a day.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, that's like early grave stuff, mate. Like, be careful.
Yeah, honestly,
it's
like
really bad. We were hanging out, right? We were hanging out, and it was like 9:30, and he was like, "Do you want a coffee?" I was like, "No, no, I don't."
What's even worse though? So you can never trust someone who's down in Monsters at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. They're the most dangerous. They're dangerous.
My housemate, 3 Monsters a day. He's got so far into Monsters that he started off as he calls them runes because it went Monster, Monsteroon, Monsteroony, Rooney, runes. It's like a sort of the nickname. That's how familiar he was with the runes.
Nah, just honestly, like I think 1 cup of coffee a day is not bad. But when you're getting like 3 or 4, it's too much. I mean, I don't drink coffee or tea. I generally don't like it.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm literally on water or other stuff.
But this is the thing. So Alexa makes a good point in the comments. Tell it to the attack. They're on like 5 or 6 espressos a day for generation. This is the thing. It's like I feel like if you have a good lifestyle, otherwise you can have excess. You just can't have excess in every area of your life. You know what I mean? You can't stay up late and drink and have coffee. And, do you know what I mean? It's like
cheeky compromise, isn't it?
Cheeky compromise. Everything in moderation, even moderation. Welcome back to TCP Live. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. We are going to talk about football.
We've had a stinker this week, haven't we? All of us.
You've had a stinker. Let's put it that way.
I've had So I was planning to do the rewatch with James yesterday, and we were all there and ready. But there was a big obstacle that I mentioned to Alex and George earlier. Someone near my area crashed into the traffic light. And it messed up all the cables. It's happened twice now. He's crashed into the traffic lights. The cables are off. So I tried to do it on my 4G. Don't you dare.
Do we believe this story?
I showed you the picture of OpenReach coming there.
2 times in 2 years, someone's crashed into the OpenReach. Ooh, and my internet's crashed.
Anyway, we tried it on the 4G. Didn't work. So, yeah. I'm a bit annoyed because I had a lot to say. But,
well, we'll come to the Bilbao game in just a second, but you're going to do a rewatch on the City game, which will be good. So if you want to get involved in the Patreon, we're just about to start we've said this like a week now, but we are trying to do it, regular rewatch show, which is going to start with James B and Rohan. George and I also did a scouted today of Riccardo Calafiori, which, I mean, George, as always, was cooking, but really, really interesting. Some stuff on there about his crossing, what's actually improved in terms of his defending, like how he's improved. And I picked up a bit of a thing about his shots. He actually scoops his shots a little bit too much, and I'd like to see him arrest that.
Really? Scoops them.
Scoops them a little bit too much. I bet you. The thing is, one of the things, like, so we said this. I'll ruin this for the Scouted. He takes the third most shots per 90 in our team, Calafiori, right now. Obviously, small sample size in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's the third highest. Max Dowman's like out there with like 9 because he's got a small sample. But it's like Ethan, Odegaard, then Calafiori. And he's like 0.02 behind Martin Odegaard. It's like right on top. And we were saying, like, if you're going to have that many shots, like it can't be a novelty anymore. Like we have to start actually asking, are you going to take good quality shots? And I can't just be like, oh, you're a fullback, whatever. If you're having 2 shots a game, I have to start saying to you, okay, well, they need to be good shots. You know what I mean?
He's had some good ones, though, hasn't he? You look at like Wolves away from home, City, Nottingham Forest hit the post. He's ballooned a few as well, but yeah. I've got a word of the day.
Oh, go on.
It was actually yesterday. Ultra crepidarian.
I've never heard of that in my life. Ultra crepidarian.
Someone who offers an opinion in a subject area that they don't show any competence in.
Oh, mate, me every day.
Mate, how sick is that word? When I found out about, and do you know how I found out about this one? Just on X, I just randomly looked at one of the comments on a tweet, and someone said this. I thought, what the heck? That
is a fantastic word of the day, Rohan.
Please start using that, please.
You're an ultra crepidarian.
Yeah.
How do I?
Ultra crepidarian.
Yeah, that's your bang on pronunciation wise.
Yeah, and to be fair, you're right. You're right to press that because of the
you never know. A person who expresses opinions on matters outside the scope of their knowledge or expertise.
So we really shouldn't be on this podcast then.
Really, we're just ultra crepidarians, aren't we?
What sick word that is!
That's a great word.
So gassed when
that's very good. It's very good. Thank you all in the chat. We're about to chat Bilbao, but I just want to say hello to everyone. TCP late, says Daniel. Rohan, I have a new word of the day. It means seasonable. It means timely, says Aneo. Amit says, do you both drive and own a car?
I do drive and I own a car.
I do not drive and I do not own a car.
But I actually commute via train, though, most of the time to work. So, yeah.
Cool. Glad we got that sorted. Athletic Bilbao. Let's talk Bilbao. You said you had lots of thoughts, so I'm gonna be a good host and just let you speak.
Yeah, I mean, let's. No, so I was talking to James about this behind the scenes after all the old internet being down, and like, you know, it's the classic what we always say: when you rewatch the game, you get a different perspective versus when you watch it as a fan. When I watched it as a fan, I didn't really like the first half. I was quite annoyed. But then when I rewatched it, I actually thought we played pretty good in the first half, and I thought we played even better in the second half. And I think there was, you know, I think people had the feeling in which Bilbao were winning a lot more second balls than Arsenal, and I also felt that as well. And they were looking to make it that type of game. I think the way that Bilbao played, it's stylistically similar to how Newcastle will play against us in a couple of weeks' time.
Sorry to put, and I'm doing the thing I joked about now, but I tweeted about midway through the first half, compact physical mid-block, we meet again.
It's not just that, it's just that every single time Bilbao had the ball, and they tried to do this in pre-season. And by the way, I am very much an ultra crepidarian when it comes to Bilbao coverage, because in pre-season, they looked pony. They were absolutely awful. And they clearly weren't fit, right? But they played the same way. They were going long every single time on goal kick. So it wasn't really a pressing game. You can't press when they're going long in terms of forcing turnovers. So, and they're looking to kind of make it a second ball game. And, you know, when a team does that, this is one of my pet peeves now. So, you know, when we go to Newcastle, and I'm guilty of this as well before, but we go back to that 22-23 game, in which we beat them. I know. I'm not even doing this deliberately as well. But when we went there and we beat them 2-0, there was profound emphasis on the fact that we looked to play short and through the lines. And we did that really well, but we also conceded a lot of opportunities. And also, Newcastle make it a game that it becomes difficult to be able to control the game with the ball at your feet. Like we all saw the Newcastle-Liverpool game on Monday night. The ball wasn't on the floor for more than like 10 seconds. It was constantly up and down, up and down. And that's the type of game that Bilbao tried to do. But I felt we absolutely matched them in that regard in the first half. And I'd say actually we edged them slightly. Yes, they may have won a few situations where I felt Rice, didn't have a really good first half. And I think that's quite eye-catching. And then they run out our back line and there were a couple of situations there. But overall, I thought we managed that really well. And I felt we had a lot of good solutions for our right-hand side in terms of what we're doing via rotations. I'm not got the stuff on the screen, but it was the way Zubamendi was moving, it was the way Timber was moving, and I thought we did that really well. And overall, we created a lot of opportunities in that game. Like I remember in the first half, I don't know if you can picture it, but again, it was on the right-hand side. We worked the situation really well. Timber's free, and he literally just needs to play the ball in behind for Eze, and he's through on goal, but he makes the wrong choice. He tries to play Gyokeres in instead. Yep. You have the Gyokeres situation where Marino looks to play him in. You've got the Gyokeres header from Timber. You've got the Gyokeres header from the set piece in the second half. The number of times Madueke messed up his final action in the second half as well. So, and then versus what Bilbao really did, they had that one situation in the first half where Timber was off the pitch because his boot was off. And Zubamendi loses his man on the blind side and he cuts it across the face of goal. That was a dangerous one. And the other was that Inaki Williams shot towards Raya's near post. But overall, that's a game against a team in which they've lost 3 games at home since the start of last season. It's the first time they've been in the Champions League in 11 years. Yeah. So a lot of context there, and I felt it was a really strong performance. And the subs were brilliant, like the different solutions. So, yeah.
I annoyingly I missed the first 15-20 minutes, so I didn't really see the sort of the storm necessarily. I think that what people were sort of talking about. I think really for me this is a game of allowing other teams to have their story as much as we have our own story, and I think we are guilty of analysing solely from our lens and point of view, and I pointed this out on the referee thing, right? But like it's true in life, like we view it only through an Arsenal lens because we're an Arsenal podcast, and that makes sense. But ultimately, Bilbao, as you mentioned, it's the first time they're back in the Champions League for 11 years, or since I think 14-15 or whatever it was. So I don't know how many, is that 10 or 11 seasons? I was getting the maths wrong, but yeah, you were at their ground. You also got to remember, how many Real Sociedad connections there are as well with the Basque derby. Yeah. It was being played like a Basque derby. Obviously, Marino and Odegaard wasn't playing, but Zubamendi and Mikel, of course. There are times when I don't. This isn't to discount anything you just said, but there are times when the story of the game is kind of the front and center for me, and I think that was really it. And that's really what I felt translating onto the pitch. It was very physical, it was very intense, it was very aggressive, they were obviously very committed. And Mikel even said it after the game when they fell off physically in the second half, as not that they were always going to, but because they put such an effort into that first half, we started to find more spaces and we found the result. I think also and this has been covered fairly, but I do think it's worth saying again. This is a game we possibly nick 1-0 or we probably draw. It was giving me Lens away vibes. Do you remember 23-24, Lens away? Yeah. It was giving me those vibes. But we have the depth now. Leandro Trossard, I think I saw a stat the other day that was, and obviously this is in the Premier League, since his arrival at Arsenal, he's scored more goals off the bench than anyone else in the Premier League. 10 goals. I got more goal contribution. Sorry. So 10 goals and 4 assists. I mean, it's just like, it's amazing. And to have that on our bench is superb. And I think the depth won us that, and that being able to go the distance in that game, in that context, at that difficult stadium, allowed us to get where we were. So yeah, I think both what you said and what I said are kind of where I would put the game, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. Going back to subs, like you go back to last season, what we had available to bring on to change the game and to bring different qualities to the team. That's exactly what Martinelli and Trossard were able to do in that exact sequence. And I found it's quite nice because the game against Bilbao in pre-season, don't know if you remember the second goal that Saka scores. It literally comes from an Unai Simon ball over the top, going very direct. looking to compete for the second ball. We're fantastic in that scenario with a combination of Mosquera, Rice, and then Trossard flicks it on, and Martinelli's through on goal. It's exactly the same as that goal that Saka scores, except it was Ødegaard, it was Gyokeres, Ødegaard, and then Martinelli to Saka. You know, and we nearly do it again immediately after. They try and go long again, and then Marino plays it in behind Martinelli, but it's a tad overhit. So I was actually really happy with the way that we managed the physical battle because, as you alluded to, like they're allowed to do tactics as well, and they're also going to have that intensity just because of the nature of the game and the fact that they've not been.
Imagine we hadn't been in the Champions. Do you remember that? What was the game we were back at? Was it against Lens? The 6-0 or something? We beat them.
That was against PSV. That was against PSV.
It was against PSV. It was the. I remember the first game back, or maybe a 4-0. I can't remember exactly what it was. The first game back in the Champions League. Mate, I've never been more up for a game in my life, and I'm just a fan. So,
exactly, yeah. And that's why I think, you know, when. And you know, I was guilty of this as well when I watched it as a fan, because you just feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but like I felt they were edging us in that physical battle, but I genuinely didn't think that was the case after rewatching. I thought we handled it really well. We controlled the game for pretty much the entire 90 minutes, barring a few spells. And that comes with. Now, I want to talk a little about Gyokeres, and there's actually a comment from.
Let's do that in just a second. Let's just brief pause. Can you check your mic connection? Like, just plug it in at the back, because I think it might be my headphones, but just check everything's properly plugged in, because I hear a little bit of interference. Just brief pause from Ed. 2 questions from Ed, and Ed is 38, and there's also a question from Alexandra, age 9. Hello, Alexandra. Firstly, great name. Secondly, go to bed. Which 12 players make it onto your 2026 calendar?
Is that better now, by the way?
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Which 12 players make it?
I think you've got to go through the 11, really.
Oh, are we talking about the photo that's came out like today from the squad?
No, just like the Arsenal 2026 calendar, like the official calendar. Which 12 players would you put on it?
Oh, Eva.
Yeah, I think you go through. You go number 1, as in, because I'm a big fan of squad numbers matching.
Okay. Yeah. Bit of OCD there.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Raya, Saliba, Mosquera feels a little bit early, but maybe not.
Gabriel. Oh, you're doing squad numbers, aren't you? Yeah.
I think Timber. Well, basically 1 to 11, barring probably, unfortunately, Jesus and Mosquera, and probably Hincapie, because it's just too early.
But you love Benny White as well, no?
Fan favorite. You got to get Miles and Ethan in there.
Yeah. Dalman.
Dalman. Probably an image rights issue. To like,
I was just gonna say that.
15-year-old out there.
Yeah. No, I feel about
that. Yeah. Probably you got to get the Halen boys on there. Bukayo, Martin, Big Gabby, Saliba.
Which Martin?
Martin Odegaard, but I might even put Zubimendi on there.
Yeah.
And then I think that fills it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Alexandra, who's 9 and watching the Cannon podcast, which is amazing. Which current player would or do you have a poster of in your bedroom? Oh, Declan Rice as well. Sorry.
I don't have any posters, but I've got like Mesut Ozil. Got one on Mesut Ozil there, like laying there. So
I've got Harry Styles in my kitchen. Not my choice, to be clear.
I loved Ozil. Loved him so much.
Who would I have? Maybe Gabby at this point. Gabriel.
Yeah. I think the moment these guys win something, you're going to get a lot of like. I think that's it, isn't it? It's just that's all it is. Just got to win something big.
Thank you for that, Ed. Coming back to this question, so yes, because coming off the back of it was some analysis from Henri on Gyokeres on CBS. I thought it was really good. I genuinely thought it was really good analysis from him. You know, I think people also alluding to how Henri's analysing that situation as if he was there. I don't think he is. I think his assessment of it is very valid in terms of the first and second touches that Gyokeres takes. Like, do you remember the Madueke goal against Serbia? Yep.
Madueke, when he receives it, it's a cleaner touch than Gyokeres, fair, but Gyokeres still has another opportunity to get across the defender in that moment, but he opts not to. And the moment he doesn't, the defender can easily shepherd him towards the byline, towards the byline in that direction, and then it becomes a lot harder for you to be able to score from that, right? Or the goalkeeper's going to have a serious clanger. Whereas Madueke, what he does is when he receives it, he gets across him straight away. Where if the defender touches him, it's a penalty, so he effectively has to let him go. And then it's a clear 1v1 opportunity. So I thought the analysis was good from TT, who is not always fond upon in terms of his analysis by Arsenal fans.
Yeah,
so
it's really tough. I mean, sorry, I just have to briefly pause and read out. Does anyone get the feeling Alex is a really good guy, but also like a human trafficker? You caught me.
He has some very interesting comments usually.
So I think there's a couple of things here. There's the analysis itself, which I think, like, for me, I'm always keen in analysis to look at stuff that's repeating. I think sometimes just going, this thing happened and you should have done this. I don't think it's particularly like he's probably right, but equally that's not something I consistently feel with Gyokeres. There's other things I consistently feel with Gyokeres, even though he might be right about it. I just don't think it's particularly good enough. It's like sometimes they do it on Monday Night Football and they'll show like one sequence and be like, and you've got to be doing this. And I'm like, okay, but what about the next 5 sequences? Were they doing it? Like, and that's the interesting question. So there's that aspect to it. I just didn't think it's particularly like it's probably, as I say, it's probably right. But anyway, the other aspect to it is this. I do feel within the Arsenal fan base, there is like any legend who wants, like, I remember the whole Ian Wright thing, right? And the whole, like, honestly, some of the, and I will not forgive. So, and certain people I'm talking about in that blimming group chat, mate.
Oh, right.
Who just spend their entire days seemingly on Arsenal threads on Reddit and YouTube and X and whatever, and just get into this mode where it's like, it's my camp versus the world. And I just, Henri's job as a CBS pundit is to say what he sees. It's not to necessarily represent Arsenal or to, to speak fondly or whatever. I think he's generally been relatively positive, and I might disagree with certain things he does, but I feel like there's this expectation because you were an Arsenal legend, you have to agree with everything that Arsenal are doing right now, or you're not a true fan or whatever. And I just don't agree.
I agree. For me, it's like going back to that Ian Wright thing. Like, I disagreed with his take, but that's it. Like, I disagreed with his take.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It is what it is.
But what annoyed me is those same people.
Yeah.
Were a couple of weeks later. I think it was a couple of weeks later. Kevin Campbell died, and they were saying, "Oh, righty, mate." I'm like, "Come on, man! Like,
it goes too far. It goes way too far." And like, it's the same with Henri. I've not agreed with a lot of Henri's takes, and I've also said we need to normalize the fact that legends, we're naturally going to respect them because of what they've done as a player, but that does not equate to us having to agree with what they say. But what I mean by that is, okay, you don't agree with it, and that's it. There's nothing else that needs to happen after it. Nothing else. It's okay. It's not deep. And it's the same with this situation. Like, I don't think, he's looking at one sequence, but then we're looking to argue something else in our head when we're then thinking he's now going over the top on Gyokeres. He's not. He's just looking at that one situation, which I think he is right to point out. And to be honest, I'm going to certainly listen to him about those sorts of things, to be honest, because of the type of player he is. I think he is going to give you serious expertise in that sort of analysis because of the type of player he was. But overall, in Gyokeres, I tweeted out, I thought he played really well. There was a lot of things that he did.
His best game.
Yeah, I agree in terms of his overall game where there's a lot more emphasis on ball to feet, which he's a lot more comfortable at, when he's back to goal. But I also did mention that Gyokeres, obviously, we need to put more balls into the channel as much as possible for Gyokeres because that is the way you can unlock his skill set. But you're not going to be able to do that every single time. No. So, and the times in which Bilbao actually did win the second ball more was when Gyokeres was struggling to pin the centre back. So teams, not just Arsenal, most teams can press really well at baseline. Arsenal are, I'd say, the best, but every team is a solid pressing team when you're looking at the likes of Bilbao, etc. So they're really good at cutting the pitch quickly. So what I mean by cutting the pitch is when you funnel the ball towards the left-hand side, when Gabriel has the ball, they're quick to lock on and they're quick to ensure that you can't escape to the far side. Now, sometimes we do that really well through short combinations, but other times the short pass isn't on. So you can't just hit the ball into the channel. It's not possible. You have to hit the ball into your centre forward to hold it and to release other players. So he has to get better at that, in my opinion. And I think he can do for sure. It's just a waiting game to see, with more time, with more familiarity, more chemistry, more coaching under Mikel, he can get better in that regard. My final point, though, is the fact that I like the fact that we created a decent amount of opportunities for him in that game, and I think it's very important to normalize forwards missing chances. There's a balance, though, isn't there? It's like you can't have like the Havertz Man United game, like clear cut, easy opportunities that you have to put away. But at the same time, strikers are going to miss opportunities. And I like the fact that, he should have got a goal, at least one goal, but he didn't. But the positive is that he's getting himself in those situations. We're creating more situations for him. And that's a big positive. So overall, it was good, but there's still things that he does need to do that's going to allow this team to click more against certain.
I agree. I love the more one-touch stuff he's doing. It's way better. Don't try and and I don't know whether it's an instruction or just him adapting, but if Heinz has told him in training, bro, stop trying to hold it, just pass it straight off. Because he's actually got a bit of vision. Like you can see it when he drops in, he's knocking it around corners and stuff, and that stuff is way better. Don't try and hold it in the back because he can't do it. And that's I say that sometimes I say this in instant reactions, and I'll be like, even though the limitations are there, I see a positive. It's like, stop talking about the limitations. No, because I see it, and so I'll say it in the same way that I see limitations with I will talk about the limitations of every single player, and I refuse to not do it about Gyokeres just because people are pressy about it. But I also refuse to not praise him when I see something going on. I just need to say what I see, right? Yeah. And the what I think and how I think we can work with him. I think you're right. This thing of just put more balls in the channel. Yes, he does need more balls in the channel, but there needs to be other ways you can impact a game.
It can't happen all the time.
It can't just be that. And so the fact that he is adjusting in this way, I think is a really good thing. Someone in the comments is saying he's getting 4 or 5 shots a game. Which I'm not sure is exactly true, but if that is true, that's really good. Now, I think what you're saying about missing big chances, even that, like for example, there's a moment in the game, I think it's a Declan Rice free kick, and he's free far post for the header. And he gets it wrong, but the position's really good, and that's something to work with.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. So it's like obviously in the moment you're like, oh, for God's sake, got to score. But you do that with any player. But then when you think about it again, and you look at the fact that he's getting himself in that situation, the way he attacks that timber cross as well in the first half is really good. And I'd say he should score, but I'm happy that he's getting himself in there. So that's a big positive for me, because so far I'd say Gyokeres has been incredibly efficient, in terms of things that have came his way in the Premier League. He's put away, like the Leeds opportunity. It's a great ball from Calafiori, but he's manufactured that by himself, hasn't he? But we want to see more of those situations where Eze literally puts it on a plate for him to get the numbers. I think Gyokeres is very much going to be a player who is going to be solely judged by his output because of the type of guy he is.
That actually is fine. Like it really is. If he's going to be a player who comes on and scores even a goal every other game and has like 7 touches a game, I don't care. Exactly. It will probably get us over the line. So it really doesn't bother me. Human trafficker Alex, lots to unpack, points to the back of his sketchy van. Why is this human trafficking thing going on?
Where's this man, Alex?
I can't even drive. Oh, man.
I think you'd be a great driver.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Would you? How would you feel about having lessons just like randomly?
I think I'd be quite scared at this point.
Yeah, I think London's harder as well. Like driving in London is where I am. It's not as difficult. So.
The Great Shout Human Trafficker Alex podcast.
we can't make this run, human trafficker.
We really can't have this go around. Another rumor about me. He's a United fan and he's a human trafficker. Thumbnail check. This is good, and I will say Forder has been. I think he's been doing it while we've been doing the pod. So
brilliant.
Mate, that's really good.
Super.
That's really. It's like that's a 9.5 probably.
Give it an 8.
How?
It's just not.
I think that's the hidden Rohan. Yes,
it is indeed. Yeah.
There it is.
It's not got my vitamins going.
We think it's too perfect.
I think last week's was better.
Really, I really like it. I like the. I don't like how you've got Arteta as the aggressor here.
Yeah, but maybe he's the aggressor at the Emirates.
Carrying on with the media's narrative, aren't you, Forder? The media's
All right,
narrative.
can we talk about something about the media, right? This Sky Sports segment with Charlie Austin is unbearable. It's actually so unbearable. Charlie Austin.
I can't criticize my paymasters, Rohan. That's the thing.
The only thing Charlie Austin has been good for is back in the day on Sky Sports Fantasy Premier League, he scored a hat-trick for QPR that bagged me some good points, and I captained him on that day. Apart from that, no thank you. Also, Alex, I want to get your thoughts on this, right? So, because I think I think you're very good in general, but I reckon you're really good with what I'm going to say here. You're going to give me a good response. So, mainstream analysis, I'm talking about Sky Sports, like the big outlets, right? I just feel like they're going down a pathway that's becoming so tribal, so clickbaity, like this Sky Sports news. It's a new segment. It wasn't there last season, I think. And you've got Charlie Austin there as just this massive contrarian who's opposing anything, just being an absolute idiot. So they're going down that pathway. And, you know, like the old school pundits and the thoughts that they have, right? I think there's totally a place for them. You know, I disagree with the fact that they're washed and their ideas and the way they see football isn't right for the modern game. I think it absolutely is. Like the long throw, right? I want to actually, I'm looking into this a little bit more, but I think there's serious benefits of the long throw. But that goes back to the Rory Delap days. You know, there's nothing different there. So I think there's serious room for that sort of conversation. But I think it's just missing a trick of like real thoughtful analysis that provokes you to think about things. Now, I'm not saying get rid of the banter. I'm not saying get rid of like the old school analysis, but I think there needs to be more room for like things that provoke thought. Not just Cole Palmer, who's now the best player since sliced bread, better than Saka, better than everyone. So yeah. Sorry, I went everywhere there. I just wanted to get everything off my chest.
quite know where to go. Look, Sky Sports is the best thing in the world, and I will not. Sorry, no. Look, Sky is what it is. It's a massive institution with many different people working for it, and I find it interesting when people say, you know, "Oh, Sky's agenda," and you're like, as if someone at Sky is sat in a room going, "How can we annoy Arsenal fans today?" Their job is to make money, isn't it? That's the whole point.
Absolutely,
and their job is to get eyeballs on stuff. And that's valid. You could talk about whether that's right or wrong, whatever. That's their job. So that is all aimed at getting people talking. We're currently talking about it, so it's worked.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Get people talking and whatever. If you personally don't want to engage in it, it's up to you. But I think to pretend that there's like a new agenda that Sky have suddenly wanted people to buy Sky packages in the last 10 years, and they suddenly wanted people to talk about. No, it's just, I think ultimately what's happened is people now have an alternative. That's the difference. They have an alternative. They have a different way of talking about football, and then they look back at the thing that they used to watch football on and go like, oh, why couldn't it be more like that? The problem with it being more like that is it's incredibly, just in football, it's incredibly hard to talk about loads of clubs really confidently. We speak about this all the time. And I'm in conversations where people are sort of going, "Oh, could you talk about other clubs?" And I can, if I do my research, I can go on and, for example, I'm talking about Man United this weekend. Forgive me, on Sky, and I have some thoughts. I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to come prepared, and I will have watched the games, done that, to have a conversation. Yeah. But accept that I'm an Arsenal fan, and that's just my perspective, right? And I'm not the world expert on it. But that isn't always the case, and people speak so confidently about so many clubs.
Ultra crepidarian.
At some point, you're gonna get fat. So things are gonna be. You are just and so for me, I call it the death of the generalist. I think it's just gonna come round where you get specialists again, but in their own niches, in their own stuff. And you are seeing it. You're seeing people like Neve Petrucciello, whatever. Like, wow, Like
Yeah,
the fact that she's come up in this space, and James Alcott, and these are like amazing people who really do know their stuff, and they are being given a platform. So I think it's very easy to criticize and go, "Oh, this platform, whatever," but ultimately they own the TV rights, and like I just think it's just very easy. It's very easy to go, "Oh, punditry's going down the toilet," when you used to have one pundit and now you have 59 million pundits, and then you pick out one who's had a bad take, and it's like, well.
Just get rid of Charlie Austin.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole Charlie Austin thing did make me laugh because it was basically, he wasn't even like, I disagree with it as a concept in terms of like, he wasn't saying, I don't like calling them finishes for whatever reason. He didn't understand what the point was. Like, he didn't know why. It was like he'd gone, have you heard Mikel Arteta's calling them finishers? I don't know what that is and I don't like it. Okay, well, here's what it is. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is just
such a weird take.
Two brain cells in there. And by the way, George would have got a boner after that finishers comment. Oh god, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, the finishers. Sorry, Ed's daughter. I wanted to come on to Roham. A question that a debate I was having yesterday.
Okay.
But this is so, Nathan. This is the thing. That's a very nice comment. Thank you very much. That's a very nice comment. But Paul Scholes, I think, and this is what I would say, he has a kind of impossible task to speak well about loads of clubs. I would then change how you do that. But yeah, I think that's why. Anyway, that's my reason why I think these things happen. What was I going to say? Yes, this was a debate I was having. How many top 3 in their position in the world players do Arsenal have?
Okay. Top 3 in their position.
Top 3 in their position in the world.
Raya.
I said I think I could possibly name 3 better.
Who?
I do think Courtois is up there. I think Alisson is up there.
Yeah, I think Alisson is, but I don't think Courtois is.
For me, if you gave me, I mean, as in you might disagree with who specifically, whatever. But I think like you could probably make a list out of like Ter Stegen, Courtois, Donnarumma, Alisson. Like you could probably.
I'd fight his case though. I'd fight his case. Like if I was there with someone and it's a duel, 1v1 duel, I'd fight Raya's case because I think Raya's has been incredible. Like when you think of the mistakes that he's made, every keeper makes mistakes. Alisson makes at least 2 or 3 per season, like proper clangers. Raya has a couple, but that's it. He's brilliant. There are certainly things he needs to like. Okay, so when I talk about like clangers, we could argue like some of his central passing at times where he puts players under pressure. That could be perceived as a clanger. But I'm talking about like eye-catching situations where Raya has made a profound mistake that has really cost us. He doesn't really do that. Whereas a lot of these other keepers, I have seen them. And again, it becomes, you get into that ultra-crepidarian aspect to it because
I should have used it in what I was just talking about. Damn.
Yeah, but we don't. But I think you should use that soon on any appearance that you make. So
okay, you're an ultra crepidarian. Okay, shut up.
So I'd go Raya. I'd fight a case for Raya. I appreciate the fact that there are other top keepers. I'd absolutely make the case for Jurriën Timber. 100%.
Yeah. So Raya's sort of like, I'm like, yeah, maybe. Jurriën Timber, I think is I can confidently say is a top 3 right back in the world right now.
Timber,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you're only looking at like Hakimi, Trent's not. If we're saying right now, Trent's not up there. James is barely fit.
I put
Koundé.
If you're talking about like talent, I wouldn't put Koundé. Talent wise, Trent's the best talent, I'd say. James is for me, right? We need to put some more emphasis on availability, right? I'm sick and tired. I'm fed up of like the theoretical look of a player. Like, and that maybe is harsh because Reece James, when he does play, he's a bulldozer. He's class. I actually don't like the way Maresca uses him personally. That's a different conversation. But yeah, I'd certainly put Timber in there. Timber is the best 1v1 fullback that we've had since Ashley Cole. I said that last season, very early on. His fundamentals are incredible, and look how aggressive he is. When he's like, when you, this is what in the press he's fantastic because the moment the winger receives it back to goal, Timber snatches it off you every single time, literally all the time, and that's crazy because Ben White was really good at that. When the winger's back to goal, Ben White's really good at nipping in front. Ben White's not very good when the winger faces him up 1v1, but Timber's just he's a different animal off the ball in that sense. Just needs to work on a few things in the final third before he becomes that all-rounder.
And I think he. How old is Timber again?
It's like 23, I think.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah,
he's 24. He's not even 25 till next summer.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay. So
I think during Timber's top 3, right? And I think he will be the best right back in the world.
Yeah, because I think he can put it together in the final third.
Saliba and Gabriel, top 3 in their position in the world.
100%.
I think so, mate. Yeah, so we're saying we have in terms of the back.
But the
4 out of the back,
itself,
4 out of the back 5.
Yeah, but the numbers speak for itself, right? So, like this is a team, right? This is the team that's concedes minimal opportunities whilst playing the highest line out of any other team in Europe, barring Bayern Munich last season. I did the research, barring Bayern Munich. So tell me about low block there when we talk about Arsenal and defending with numbers constantly. So if they do throw that, you throw that back out there. The highest defensive line. We'll get proper nerdy.
Simon says, Alex from Rohan, can I get a good luck for my heart operation on Monday, please? Yes, you can.
Yes,
Simon.
you can.
Best of luck, mate. Don't watch Arsenal beforehand. But yeah, no, best of luck, man. Hope it goes well. Yeah, send us an update.
Please do, because he's here every time. Simon, always, no, really hope it goes well.
Say that in the chat as well, please, everyone. Say
it will go well. Simon. Not really hope it will go well.
It will. Believe.
Yeah. Left back, I don't think we have a case for left back. Personally, you've got Mendes is the best for me in the world, and he has been for some time. And then you've got Balde as well. I think had a big injury last season, but again, I think he's mustard.
Zubi, mate. You know how you'd push Raya? I'd push.
So are we talking about like registers? Like
sixes, like out and out six.
Out and out sixes. I
know it's a small sample, but I think he's in the top 3. I'm sorry.
I
think it's Rodri, him.
Gravenberch deserves a shout.
I think those 3.
Oh, but what about Vitinha?
Yeah, and you can go. Pedri's more of an 8.
I think I wouldn't push him right now, personally. I know you love CB. You see your video.
I am obsessed with him, mate.
He's got his video out, boys and girls.
Obsessed with him. I love him.
But listen, he's up there for sure. But I wouldn't.
Do you know a point I made in the video that I'll share here as well? I like him to. The film Forrest Gump. So, each game, let's go through from pre-season. Ball in for Gyokeres for his header, Zubimendi. First game of the season, he was sick against Man United.
Yeah.
Second game of the season was Leeds. The ball for Saka.
It was for Timber. Timber then plays it, but he's the one who wins it. Zubimendi's the one who gets Leeds. Zubi plays the pass to Saka. No, it's Timber.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll trust you. But Zubimendi wins it back.
When Zubimendi wins it back, and then I think he
brains failed me.
The chat just confirm because I don't want to, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. But anyway, he was involved there, right? So
and a key moment. Next game was.
Game was Liverpool. Yeah.
Probably the brightest spark was Madueke, and pretty much all those balls were.
Yeah, Zubimendi played with quite a few of them. Yeah.
Nottingham Forest obviously scored twice. Bilbao. He wins the ball back before Marino plays the ball for Martinelli.
The build up to the Trossard goal. Yeah,
it's a trend for me. I feel like obviously not every single thing that goes right, but almost every game he does something that contributes to like a really significant thing in the match.
Like
and I'll be interested to see if that continues through the season. But it's the reason I say Forrest. Do you know what I mean by Forrest Gump? Like he's involved somehow in everything.
Do you know what is his voice? Like when we're talking about like Zubimendi needs to adapt to the Premier League. I think that's not the case. He has adapted to the Premier League. The only thing with Zubimendi is the fact that sometimes he has gassed out in specific games, like Anfield, for example. He did struggle towards the end, and I feel like if Norgard was available, Mikel probably would have made that sub, that like for like. Yeah. But that's not a Premier League adaptation point of view. That's Liverpool at Anfield. It's not easy, is it, for any player? Even Rice was struggling towards the end as well. So
just watch. You are right. I meant the pass to. I had him in my mind where he was, but yeah, you're right. He won it back then.
But he was involved though, right? He was very he was very involved. So
and but it's an interesting little thing. When I was watching him this season, I was like, it feels like you're just sort of always there, and I can't think of another player who has that level of involvement in the most effective moments. Mate, I love him so much. So we're saying, right, potentially at least, potentially Raya, potentially Zubimendi, definitely Saliba, definitely Gabriel, definitely Timber, Rice as like a further forward.
Well, I think Rice as an all-round midfielder has to be. He's elite, absolutely elite. As an all-rounder, we're talking about like Bellingham's. We're comparing him to Bellingham's. Like João Neves's, those types of players. Proper all-rounders. Declan Rice is an all-rounder. Yes, we don't like him used in certain ways, but he's still like a proper does everything. Does everything. So
anyone in the Saka on form. I guess he's up against Yamal and Salah.
Yeah. So he's
probably
top
not
3
right now, but he's probably top 3 in terms of just ability, like in general. And then I would say the striker on the left wing.
I think that's it though.
But that's we're saying there's crazy. A potential that we have what's that 6 players?
Yeah. So right,
7. 7.
Raya, the
3 goalkeeper, 3 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 1 attacker.
Yeah. And do you know what is more, Alex?
We need to win something.
Do you know what is as well? Like, and you responded as well with the picture about the squad value from Transfer Market. When you look at the expenditure that we have done under Mikel, it's around 942 million, and I appreciate the fact that in this value we're not taking into account Saliba, we're not taking into account Hale End, but coaching also exists, right? These players have become better under Mikel's tenure. But 942 million over 12 windows, that's around like 78 million, per window. And that is in line with our competitors. In fact, it's lower than I think 2 or 3 of them. And if you want to then say, I'm skewing the data with just the January window as well, but go and look at the summer windows as well. Arsenal are 3rd or 4th in terms of expenditure during his tenure. And as you pointed out, the fact that some of these teams, or I think it was either you or James, have spent similar money but have regressed. Whereas we've just mentioned so many players who are literally like in contention at the very least for top 3, whilst not being extravagant in our spending relative to others. So.
And I think some of these like squad value, like the Sunderland squad value, I think will look very different by the end of the season. Similar Crystal Palace, probably similar Liverpool, and I can't see our squad value going down that much. It might go down a little bit, but I can't see loads of drop.
Agree.
Yeah, it is amazing, and ultimately, I think we come back to it. Not to just praise Mikel, but his job is to coach the players, and the squad cost versus the squad value tells you the perception of the players, but B, literally just how good has he got the players better? Has he made the players? It's a very good judgment of that. It's nice,
and that looks at a lot of things as well. If you can go to Transfer Market and you can actually see how they evaluate this, and it's about like the time in which we signed them, how their value has grown, their age, lots of different things. So it's really good. Like, and that's why I always feel like when you look at our squad, yes, you can disagree with certain players. You may not like a specific individual, but you can't deny about the overall quality and the fact that the spending has been very good value with what we've got. Just look at the recent 2025-2026 squad picture and look at the quality. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So, and your boy Gabriel Jesus is still there.
He's still there, my boy. I did something the other day. I want to read it out to you. So this is if everyone was fit. So obviously we're dreaming here. We're completely dreaming. But this is if everyone was fit, right? Say we had a starting 11 of Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres, Eze. Right? Happy with that?
Yep.
No real disagreement. Like, as in you might change it for a certain team, but let's say that is a starting 11. Let's say you had a subs bench, so you can have 9 in the Premier League of Kepa, White, Miles, Nkapie, Norgard, Waneri, Martinelli, Havertz, and Madueke. Any disagreement there? Anyone you think shouldn't be on the bench?
No, I agree.
You would not have space in a Premier League matchday squad for Trossard, Mosquera, Marino, Jesus, or Dalman.
Yeah. See,
that's insane.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah. And the beauty of this now is like we're going to go into the next window now where we sell to buy, and I think that's the right process. We're not in a situation where we need to plug this gap.
Yeah,
we can't. Okay, you could say we need to plug this gap because the quality is not enough now, but we need to sell a player because the squad is now full.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it? So, and
but we also, it puts us in a stronger position selling wise because we literally don't need, like, we're not. And also from a purchasing perspective, because we already have really good options. The clubs aren't looking at us going, well, I know you need to sell him and I know you need to buy him, so I'm not going to budge. Exactly. They're going, okay, your squad's already packed. If we can do a deal and maybe I might have to pay a bit more money to prize this player off you, but then we have a list already. And what I like as well with like Berté is how quickly he moves. So if, say for example, we had a offer for Jesus for 25 million in January. Let's say someone came in and said, I'm going to take that risk. I think 25 million for Jesus, considering the issues he's had, considering the contract situation, would be a really good, probably January price. You might get way less from him in the summer, right? You do that, and then you go and sign a young attacker in January immediately, straight away. It's just like we go and do that straight away with that money, and that you're in that sell to buy thing.
Yeah.
Sort of 1 in 1 out thing. And I know we've joked about the 1 in 1 out thing, but I quite like that. I mean, City have kind of been in that position for a number of years where they're just refreshing.
It's actually, he makes a really good point where if you look at actually Liverpool, Man City squads, it's very similar. Like, yes, you can argue that the quality is different in certain areas, but they've also got pretty full squads in each position. And I think he's right to point that out. And yeah, I think the selling thing will come where, and I've always felt the selling, it's been difficult for us because a lot of it is supply and demand. If your players aren't in demand, then you've not got much leverage, right? And now we're going to be in a better position to, retain more value for our assets if we're proactive with their contracts as well, right? There's so many things you need to balance here. You need to balance the fact that are they good? Do they have years left on their deal? And are they on decent wages? Those things need to align well for you to get a good fee for a player. And that's why Kivior would have went for more, but we went with, I'd say, the morally correct thing to do in that situation where we're not going to be hampered by losing out 5 or 10 million max on Kivior. So we allow him to go to a Porto because that's where he wanted to go. But a Kivior situation is exactly what we need in terms of the number of buyers that were there for him. And we didn't need to sell him. That's a really good example there. A player who performed well. We didn't need to sell him. There was interest. It just made sense. Boom. Decent deal. So, yeah.
So we're going to do a little City preview a little later on. In the sort of half an hour at the end of the show, I want to do a football would you rather. I've got some football would you rathers, and I want to get as many from you guys as we possibly can. But quickly, before we do that, who would be your 5 out of the matchday squad? Who would be the 5 players that you pick? So you've got a fully fit squad. You're facing, I don't know.
Are we facing City then? Yeah, let's say
facing City. Let's say everyone is fit. Who are your 5 players who miss out on the matchday squad? And let us know in the comments as well.
Dalman, 1.
Yep, that's valid.
Mosquera.
Whew.
It's hard. I just feel like I'm going to get more value out of Ben White in a if everyone's fit.
He can play 2 positions, but Mosquera can't be. Yeah.
Just I know that sounds bad, but we're talking about a fully fit squad to combat a game state.
It's crazy that's possibly quite a good answer.
Yeah.
And like even Trossard, I would probably leave out, but again, he's got the most goals as a sub.
Yeah, I would. It's crazy. I just think it's hard, but I think you can't have both Marino or Trossard. Personally, I think you need to have.
I think it becomes about like covering positions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think Marino does make my subs bench mainly because he can play two
I
two
keep Marino,
positions.
yeah, and that's why Trossard will come out for me.
So you're saying, wow. I think it's about in terms of impact in games, Trossard can play left and centre.
I'm thinking about in a situation where, I mean, it's hard because there's so many different game states that would mean, like, for example, if the game state becomes one in which I want to shore it up a bit more, then I wouldn't bring on Benoit, I'd bring on Mascara.
Yeah.
Personally. It depends. So
Luckily,
crazy.
we're Arsenal, so we're never going to be in this position. But let's try and give an answer.
Yeah. So I'll stick with Mascara, Trossard, Dalman to begin with. So that's 3.
Nathan, we're not even including Setford. Not even including Setford. There's 5 out of the main squad.
I would also keep Norgard in.
I would take Norgard out.
Would you?
Yeah, because I think you can drop Rice in. You've got Zubi, you've got Marino. You'd probably be all right.
Oh, can I pick Gabriel Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus. Jesus would be, right now, would be out of the...
That's cool.
Because we haven't seen him.
So you've got your 5 then, maybe, if you agree with...
I think oh, Jesus. It's crazy, but I'm saying this. But yeah, Mosquera, Trossard, Norgard.
Yeah, maybe it would have to be Norgard, actually. I'm running out of players to think about. It might have to be
I might even, and this isn't based on nothing other than not seeing him in an Arsenal show, but I might even look at Ngapié.
Yeah, I just think... I'm not saying he's not a class player. He probably is, but maybe it's shiny toy syndrome where I'm like, I'm keeping him. Realistically, I should keep really Mascara by that logic, shouldn't I? And have Ngapié out. Yeah, I'll do that actually. I'll do that. I'll keep Mascara and I'll take Ngapié out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still need one more.
So I'm saying Mascara, Ngapié, Norgard, Jesus, and Trossard. Those are my 5.
Dalman.
It was very harsh.
Jesus, Trossard, Ngapié, and Norgard.
Oh, I kept Dalman in. No, I'll keep Dalman in.
Okay, for the vibes.
For the vibes. Right. Let's do this. I want to do half an hour. As many football would you rather. This is inspired by James Alcott.
Would you
an episode of this on his...
There's other would you rathers that you can play as well in different...
I'm aware, Rohan. I played a really fun drinking game at a stag do recently, which I'd never played before, called 21, which is literally you just go around the group. It's 1, 2, 3. You say, you know. I think everyone knows it other than me, and I'd never played it before. And then there's a rule.
Long time ago.
Number. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Simple game. Good fun.
Would you rather footballing terms? Nice.
Would you rather in footballing terms? Okay. I've got like 5 or 6 here.
Yeah, I'll pick some up.
Pick some up, and also I want to get as many from the comments as well, and get your would you rather's in and your answers as well.
I keep us posted on the Champions League scores as well. I'm intrigued.
You can just look, mate.
No, I'm professional, aren't I? Fully locked in.
What are we? City are 0-0 with Napoli. Newcastle 0-0 with Barca.
Hopefully City have a really physical game, because last season we played Atalanta on the Thursday and then we played City on the Sunday. So
Atalanta, you picked up George's.
Atlanta, isn't it? Atalanta? Yeah,
Atalanta.
Yes.
I let it go with George because it's
red card for Napoli apparently.
Oh really? Oh yeah, Di Lorenzo.
Odds on
for God's sake. Di Lorenzo. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Would you rather be the best player in your team for like 20 years of your career, but you win no trophies, or be a rotation squad player and win a handful of trophies?
Do I still have an impact as this rotation squad player?
You have a decent impact.
I'm not a Scott Carson, am I? Just plays like the last game of the season for City and picks up medals.
Yeah. You're not Scott Carson. Let's say you get I don't know.
This is like the Harry Kane debate.
700 minutes across the season.
Did you get this from the Harry Kane debate? I think it was Michael Owen. Yeah, Michael Owen said he felt Harry Kane should have stayed at Spurs and built furthered his legacy, even if he didn't win anything, as opposed to going to Bayern. It's not the same, but yeah, I picked the rotation option.
Really? I'd pick the best player.
I want some silverware.
I'd definitely be the best, but then you're a legend at your club, and that's okay.
What club though? What club are we talking?
Wherever.
If you're saying Arsenal. Yeah, okay, Arsenal. I'll pick that then. I'll pick that. Yeah. I'll pick the legend if it's not Arsenal, then I don't.
Okay, but say it isn't. Say it isn't Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll pick the rotation option. Give me.
Yeah, you're basically Wes Brown.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a Wes Brown or a John O'Shea, Wes Brown. I don't care. Yeah.
I think if it was Arsenal, I definitely want to be a club legend. If it wasn't Arsenal, I think I'd still go club legend. I think that would be better.
What if it's like for Grimsby Town?
Denny says tells you about your egos. Yeah, it does.
What about like Grimsby Town? Be a legend for Grimsby Town and have the fish and chips.
You can always go back there and everyone knows you there. It'd be great.
Oh, great at Grimsby.
Yeah, but
you wouldn't.
Okay, but what would you win at Grimsby? Like Johnston's paint trophies or whatever?
No, that's not my point. I'm saying I would be a rotation option for a different club, a better club, to win a trophy that's got actual like.
Yeah, but say it's Grimsby.
Okay, then fine.
You could either be the best player at Grimsby, but you win no trophies, or you're a rotation option at Grimsby and you win like 3 Johnston's paint trophies.
I've got a good one now.
Okay, go on.
That's got me an idea. Okay, would you rather, same sort of thing, you stay at a club for 10 years, you build a legacy, you don't win anything, you score Alan Shearer type goals in terms of volume, right?
Yeah.
Or would you rather score no goals, barring one, and it's an Aguero moment against, like QPR?
Can it be like...
It's that moment. Just picture...
Should we say it's for City? Should we say, like, you have the Aguero moment? You're the one who scored the Aguero moment.
Well, let's say it's both for Arsenal. You build a legacy at Arsenal, but you don't win anything, but you score like billion goals. Right. Or you have the Aguero moment, but in an Arsenal shirt. Same context.
I think
that's a good one. That's a good one. You got me.
What do the goals lead to?
Premier League.
Me scoring all those.
No. You're not won anything.
You don't win anything with those goals. You score those goals, but you don't win anything.
Yeah, you don't win anything.
Or you get one goal and it's the Aguero moment.
One goal.
You
are literally like a There's that one player, I think Luke Ushny, I think it was, at Arsenal, scored one goal. I think it was.
Yeah, the Aguero moment, hands down.
Good job. Yeah,
easy. Correct. And I had another would you rather about the Aguero moment. Would you rather be Aguero in that Aguero moment, or be Montiel, who scored the winning penalty for Argentina?
For the World Cup.
Yeah, but the kicker is you have to do it. So like you would be dropped into Montiel's body.
Okay, so you have to back yourself to finish that situation.
You have to back yourself. You would be dropped into Montiel's body in the penalty moment. You would be dropped into Aguero's body, let's say, as Balotelli receives the ball.
I pick the Aguero moment because it's more intuitive.
There's more movement.
But it's like penalty. But the penalty you're thinking about it, aren't you? It's not intuitive.
If you score the penalty, you've won the World Cup for your country. There is no.
I would bottle it. If I have to think about something like that, I'm convinced I will bottle it. But with the Aguero moment, it happens so quickly. You don't think, it's intuitive.
If you were dropped in, if you were literally dropped in, you make the decision to drop in. You're still you in your consciousness, but it's like 3, 2, 1. Boom, you're there. Ball's coming in. There's no time to think.
Can we swap it to Arsenal
with Montiel? It's beep.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at this. So for you, right? Montiel is for England. Yeah. So you're yeah. And then Arsenal, right? So for me, it will be Arsenal and India. I'm picking Arsenal.
Okay.
I'm picking Arsenal 100%.
I'm probably picking
100%.
Arsenal as well.
yeah. See what? Yeah, like I'd 100% pick that. It's different. I don't have the same. I mean, India are a pony in football, so there's a bother there. But if India were good in international football, I'd hold more weight to Arsenal. What do you think about that? Actually, what do you think? Yeah,
you wouldn't want to take a World Cup final winning penalty for India
ahead of Arsenal winning the league that I've
Ahead of-
done it for them. Nah, Arsenal is
really.
Yeah, mate. You don't know how much I love this club.
I think I do, mate.
Go on.
I think if anyone knows how much you love this club.
I for me, like club over country when it comes to football. All day, every. So, okay, can I give you this question?
But it's like
Alexander,
if you score the World Cup winning goal for your country,
yeah,
you're literally you drink free, you eat free wherever you go for the rest of your life in that place.
I can do the same in North London.
Well, you could drink it and eat free in North London right now. Big deal.
Okay, I want to know a bit more about you now, right?
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you're not content, Alex.
Yeah.
You've not done content, all right? You're just a football fan. Right?
Just a regular muggle like you lot who didn't do content. Can you imagine?
Would you rather England win the World Cup or Arsenal win the Premier League?
Arsenal win the Premier League, but like it's closer, I think, than you with India.
So, but the thing is, I know a lot of people who love their club, but they pick England. I think it's an interesting conversation
because it's a bigger thing. Like it's more
because it unites the whole nation. Like
if I scored a Premier League winning goal for Arsenal, I could walk down. I could my sister would be like, oh, what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? She wouldn't. She'd literally be like, oh, cool, right, whatever. If I scored the World Cup winning goal, everyone knows what that means. Everyone in the world knows what that means.
Are you one of those types of guys where England are in the World?
Mike Watts says, would Arsenal win a throw-in? Give us your would you rather's as we debate this because I want.
I like this game. We need to do this more.
I've got some more.
Go on, then.
I'd rather see Arsenal win a Carabao Cup than England win a World Cup. Yeah, I know. I'd rather, but it like scoring the question is not would I rather England win a World Cup or Arsenal win the Premier League? Obviously, Arsenal win the Premier League.
Okay, we're doing Argentina.
It's would you rather score the goal to win it?
Okay, if we're doing it in the context of as you alluded to with Argentina, I'm picking Argentina all day long. But I'm not scoring that penalty. I know it. I'm gonna probably miss the ball, and then we'll just skim it.
Would you take winning the treble if it meant all hedgehogs went extinct and everyone thinks it's Rohan? So yeah, basically, would you rather not win the treble, or you win the treble but then all hedgehogs go extinct and everyone thinks it's you?
What do you? Everyone thinks it's me, as in like
everyone thinks you're the reason that hedgehogs went extinct.
That doesn't even come into one's mind.
You haven't answered the question.
Right. Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. You'd win the treble and make hedgehogs extinct.
I'll take it for the boys.
So you're going to go down in history as the man who made hedgehogs extinct.
I mean, do you see any hedgehogs usually? Do people?
I can't remember the last time I saw a hedgehog.
I mean, oh god, I think my dog killed a hedgehog recently.
Oh no. Yeah. Would you rather draw 38 games in a season, all drab affairs, or go 12 wins, 2 draws, 24 losses? Isn't that what Ange did? But they're all 4-goal margins. I think I'd rather the second. And the losses would be horrible, but I can't.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be like getting. Forgive me. It would be like getting edged all season. The draws.
Too much foreplay.
I'd have to go. I'd have to go.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I want to feel something, even if it's pain.
Yeah. The thing is, right, you know, when pain happens time and time again, I felt this under Wenger in his latter years where we'd lose pretty much every single game away from home. It gets to a point where it's just apathy. it literally, you won't feel it as much. It gets to that point. But the winds will always slap. They'll always hit you.
Alexandra, it means sitting on the edge of things.
Because I'm on the edge.
I'm on the edge of glory. I want to come back to these. We should talk about the City game, but I do want to do some more. Oh, she isn't. She's cleaning her teeth.
Okay, let's just do I11 for City.
Sorry about that, Ed. Go on.
I think there's one position that will be up for debate if we're assuming the players if we're assuming like Saliba's ready to go.
Okay.
I'll go Raya.
Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Zubi, Rice. Odegaard isn't fit.
But this is the position, because then outside of that, I'd go Eze for sure.
Yeah.
I'd go Madueke because I think the pace of Madueke supersedes the pace of Martinelli. You know, if you wanted to have like an out and out runner,
yes,
Madueke gives you that.
Yeah, I like the Madueke as a dynamic.
Yeah, I
They're
think
a nice
it's a
little
good
pair.
Yeah, very different. And then Gyokeres. So it's that midfield option. It's between Ethan or Marino. I think that's the big one. I know what Mikel's
going to do.
We know what he's going to do. Do you know what
Mikel's going to do?
I listened to something today, and it was so spot on, right? So obviously, I don't think Mikel Merino is the reason we lost that game at Anfield. I'll debate that of anyone, right? But the narrative is that Mikel Merino's starting was very conservative, and it hampered Arsenal, right? Mikel is the type of guy who will keep doing it because he's like, no, you are wrong, I am right, and I will show you. That is so spot on. Isn't that so? He will not care. He does not care what other people think in that sense.
I agree with that. I agree he wouldn't. I don't believe Mikel has ever made a decision, actually ever in his life, based on what someone else has told him.
As in, like, but his coaching staff, he would learn.
If he's proven, as in when I say someone else has told him, as in someone else is going, you're wrong, and I'm not going to tell you why. And he's like, just bow to outside pressure. But I imagine if Miguel Molina or Heinz says, no, you're wrong, and the reason is this, I think he'd listen to that.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So it's the outside. I'm saying that the inside view is his coaching staff, and it's him, and they're debating it, and they will be cooperating, and they'll come to a decision, right? And I maintain that he's someone who's very open-minded in that regard. But fan perception, and I know for a fact some managers will be listening to narratives. They will be, won't they? It's natural not to. He will not care what you think, what I think, what anybody else thinks in that circle. He won't care. He'll go for it.
No, he won't, and he'll care what his people close to him think. And I think that's a good place to be.
I think that's a good thing as well.
It's not like it's really not healthy to have a referendum on everything you think from everyone at all times. You need people you trust and people, and not to get an echo chamber and just only speak to the same people. But I'm sure you.
But that's why he's brought Heinz in, isn't he?
Yeah.
This is the point in which we're thinking it's an echo chamber because it's his coaching staff, but it's not. These are people with different ideas and different feelings, So
and new energy and different stories at the club, absolutely. And Heinz was a senior player when he went into the PSG dressing room. They will have a different relationship than he would have with Melina or Cuesta or whatever. I think. Yeah, I look. I think the whole it's a really tricky line, isn't it, between being strong and secure in your views and this is what I think, but being flexible enough to hear other people. Absolutely. And the one thing I will say is, in my experience, people who have very, very strong views, I think maybe the kind of the fatal flaw is they think other people will tell them but actually it's quite hard, because it's quite hard to actually say that to someone, right? Isn't it? I think Mikel might be one of those people who it's actually quite, you almost go, okay, because you don't, it's like a hard conversation, and I would suspect he's probably like that, but he probably does have some, I think ultimately you don't get to this point, and that's speculation, and you don't get to this point as a coach, as a leader, as a manager in a infrastructure. You would have too much conflict if you just never listened. So I don't believe he just doesn't listen, but I imagine it's quite difficult to challenge him.
I agree, and I think for me, when I go back to this selection, so where I sat for the Forest game, I could hear Mikel at times. And
Mm.
when it came to Ethan Wanera, I thought had a really good performance. And actually, I've highlighted how he's made big strides in terms of off the ball. But
Yes.
I can tell you for a fact, right, being there, he was screaming at Ethan a lot in that game in terms of he wasn't jumping early enough. He wasn't tracking Anderson. And that's okay. He's 18 years old. But those sorts of things that I see and that annoy him, is why I think he will go for Marino, because he can trust Marino more in that regard. And Marino is not just a defensive player, as we've alluded to. He's someone who offers his own sort of threat.
Mm.
And I think that's why he will go for Marino. I'm 99% sure he will go for
I think
Marino.
he will.
And
the only thing I would say, and I got another one as well. The only thing I would say is he always does something a little bit odd against City. Like almost always he does something slightly odd. Do you know what I've realised as well? Can someone check me on this? Has Saka been available for the home game against City since 22-23?
he hasn't.
No. So he wasn't available 23-24. He wasn't available last season.
And we won.
We won.
I'm not making a comparison, but it's quite funny, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Wow. Did we all see that? I hope we all saw that in the chat. Was that some Saka slander?
Don't you even think about it.
Was that some Saka slander?
Don't even think about it, Mr. Left Back.
Interesting. I'll play him right centre back, mate.
Yeah, but he hasn't played. He wasn't available in both last season. And last season and the season before.
Yeah.
Martinelli started right wing.
3 years in a row. They've not played him at home. Interesting. So it's weird how that's worked out. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I'm thinking about like the Jesus, what was he, left wing, like 5 at the back thing. Like he always does like something slightly odd against City.
So what do you think his odd thing is going to be?
Eze centrally.
Oh really?
I wonder if he looks at the way they run out of possession. I wonder if he
Rodri too much.
But at a Rodri who isn't, he's obviously still Rodri, but he's not at his absolute best. I watched him in that City in the United game, and he wasn't really tested. But I thought if you run at this guy, he just doesn't look as clean as he did, and that's understandable.
Is that what you would do?
No, but like I wouldn't be surprised because I'm too scared. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does something. The other one, mate, is Mosquera. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason I say that is because of the Marino pick after the international break. And he basically said it was because, I don't believe him, but he said it was because it was, he was on this momentum, whatever. I think it was about Rice having some workload, yeah. But I don't know if Saliba is as much of a shoo-in as we think.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right there. I think he would have started against Bilbao if he was. That's my feeling because.
Yeah.
But if he is ready, I think Mikel will throw him in.
Yeah.
If he's ready to go, I think he's not going to say we need a game before Saliba's fully warm. I think
he'll chuck him in. But
would you do that? I would, mate. I would. As much as I love Mosquera, I think Haaland's a different animal.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know
it's also just it's like a level of just like
it's a different level
security, isn't it? It's like you could go Mosquera and maybe and what's amazing, mate, is we're in a position where we're saying could the backup play?
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet Saliba would have played against Bilbao if Mosquera wasn't available. I bet he even might have. Was it Leeds? Where did he go off against? Liverpool. I bet he might have even played against Forest for like half an hour or something.
Do you know what it is as well, right?
Yeah.
It's not just Saliba. Saliba has played against Haaland now. This will be his 6th time playing against Haaland. Haaland doesn't play any different way. He knows how he plays. That's not to say that they're going to be able to stop Haaland on every single action. Haaland scored in both games last season.
Yeah.
But I think we underestimate the fact that just like how players play with each other and their game, it develops that chemistry. There's equally the chemistry of what you're going to get from someone. There'll be certain movements that Haaland makes that Mosquera just will not be able to track. And in the moment he does it, he's off on his bike.
Gabriel as well. I think you're continuing that story from last season and that stuff.
Yeah.
As Ed says, it is wild how you repeatedly hate on Saka. It's pretty wild.
Giving you the BDI look.
The BDI. Before we go to some would you rather's and some questions to finish off the show,
This has been a proper TCP Live 11.
Mate.
Not TCP Live 11. TCP Live 11.
We're back out of the woke nonsense days, and we're back into proper old school TCP Bosh.
Well, Bosch is having some interesting developments on his situation recently.
Oh no! Has he been cancelled? Oh, I've missed this. Sorry.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
You can have a look.
What's he done? No.
No, it's like what? No, which one are you talking about? I'm talking about Skinner.
Oh, I'm talking about Big John.
Oh no, to be fair, Big John's the original. Yeah,
Big John, the Skinner. Chinese guy. I love him.
Tom Skinner.
Oh, what's it? Oh, okay. I don't know what's happened, but I've seen it a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel like this is like how modern media is. I've seen it. I don't know anything about it. It's
one of those ones you can't escape on X anymore. It just pops up on your feed and like.
Oh no! Oh dear! Whoops! Yeah. Whoops! I'm sure it didn't slip. Combined 11. Yes.
Well, I think we agree. We agree, don't we?
Do you disagree? Get your questions in for the last 10 minutes. I want to come to as many as we can. It could be would you rather, but it could be anything. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. I'd go Gvardiol left back, even though.
Yeah, I was gonna mention this to you because I was talking to someone at work who's a City fan, and he just mentioned like Gvardiol.
But he's been playing left centre back.
Yeah, he's best at left centre back. But when we talk about that 23-24 season, he was elite at left back, wasn't he? So
yeah, he was.
I think that's fair. I would personally go for Calafiori, but maybe that's bias.
Calafiori is definitely recency bias, and he's playing left back, to be clear. So I'll push on that. Rodri, Rice, and I hate it, but Foden.
I agree. Yeah.
Sorry, like Foden is ridiculously talented. Saka, Haaland, Eze for me over Marmoush.
I agree.
Any disagreements? No, because we're objectively correct. There's no such thing as a subjective answer. It's a right or a wrong answer.
There could be a debate on the Foden. Section.
No debate. That's it.
But yeah, I do agree. I think he's.
Would you rather, says Simon, spend an entire season with Mustafi or Yaya Sanogo starting every game?
I'd go for Yaya Sanogo because I remember that first 20 minutes against Bayern Munich, and my God, he was unreal. Please, chat, does anybody remember that first 20 minutes against Boateng and Hummels? Oh my God, I thought we had the next best thing.
Can I say, Yaya Sanogo would lightly simmer. I don't want to say cook. Lightly simmer in this team. I think 10 goals. Yeah, I think a slow cooked pulled pork over the season. I think he'd rack up a cheeky double digits. No, all comps. No chance.
Yeah,
but maybe. Mustafi would be 4 career-ending errors.
I'm going Sanogo.
Okay,
he scored 1 goal for Arsenal competitively. Do you know who it was against?
Who it was against?
Yeah, I'm not talking about Benfica. That's too mainstream.
No, I don't know.
It's against Borussia Dortmund.
Very good. Don't worry about it. It says, had to stop driving and write that Alex has gone woke for picking Philip Walter Foden.
We've got to apply the tax of Foden at the moment. Against Manchester United,
low-key trap a ball. I love that that's the standard. It's like... But that's the thing with Sanogo. He was
He was a handful, mate.
He was a little... But he was like a sort of... He was a fistful. He wasn't a handful. You know
no. But he would back to goal. He would cause a nuisance, but he just had the technical level of me.
We should do a in-person football video at some point.
Though.
No, but I think it'd be so funny.
I'm an element. Oh my God, the comments would be like, you see these tacticos. they can't play ball. They're talking about scoutings and rewatches.
Do you think I count as a tactico? I'm not sure I do.
Am I a tactico?
I think you are, yeah. It's more in the manner you post stuff on X. I think you have to
I've gone into this rebellious stage of a lot of really high-end words and people thinking, is he just trying to tweet tag smart? It's like, no, I just want to remember these words.
High-end words. What was the one you used earlier? It was really good.
Ultra crepidarian.
Ultra crap. Please, can you put that in a tweet soon?
I have. I did it yesterday.
Oh, you did? Oh, great stuff.
Please start
someone
using it.
Someone says we both are. Rohan is. I think you are.
I want to be vibes as well.
I'm vibes and that. It's just all I analyze is just vibes.
I'd love to be called vibes analysis. I'd rather it swapped. Yeah.
10 years in prison or a 15-year coma? 10 years in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, but 15-year coma, you won't. You just wake up and you're there again.
No, in a coma, you're like aware. You're like you can hear stuff.
Can you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, go for the prison then.
Yeah, I kind of agree with it. On TDK, I'm more tactico.
There you
But
go.
here I'm just because I've got you two.
So he's more versatile. Chat, I'm vibes, and I refuse to.
You are vibes, but I also feel like I bring out a more vibes aspect of you.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Who would you rather be trapped in a room with, Rohan, Holding or Mustafi?
Definitely Mustafi.
I reckon
I'd like to talk about his World Cup journey when they won it in 2014. That's what I would do.
Just do an interview. If you had to bring back a player we've sold in the last 3 years, who would it be?
3 years.
Shaka would be up there for me. Just to
Then
see
where
it,
you-
just to
but
see
then where
him
you
win it.
fit in, I love him, but where are you fitting him in this team?
Yeah, I mean there isn't a place for him. But
If we went a little bit further back,
I'd
if
bring
we went a little
Xhaka.
bit, if we went a little bit further back, I'd go Aubameyang.
Got to say last 3 years. Ozil was over 3 years ago. People in the chat.
3 years ago. We haven't sold many good players, have we?
Yeah, we've barely sold anyone. Balogun?
What even has happened to him? I'm not even been following him. I don't know.
I'd go Xhaka. Not I would you rather, but what would you choose as the primary colour for the club if we had to give up red and white? White. White would be the kit. I love white kits. And I know I shouldn't say that because of Spurs. But I hate the Spurs kit.
Black.
Real Madrid. The black would be cool for a team.
Yeah, black.
No one does black.
No. Think of our best shirt. The 22-23.
Classic. Yeah,
I'll
white
take
or black would be cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you have a first strip that's black and white, and another one, and then the second strip that's black and white. And it was like different colorways, different ways of it. Yeah,
100% black.
Yeah, black was never picked because of the refs. Oh, that's a good point. But they're now in like colored tops anyway.
Okay,
Are you allowed black?
Don't know. Isn't it like more MLS vibes? Black? Do not MLS clubs have some teams who wear black?
Maybe, yeah. Go on, you have one.
Would you rather give up Nando's or
give up that point at TCP Live, isn't it?
or give up desserts?
Nando's or desserts in general?
No, like restaurant-y desserts.
I can't ever have a dessert in a restaurant again, or I
Yeah,
have to
you
give up
can't
Nando's.
you can't
give
ever
up
have
Nando's, obviously.
No. Can't do that, Alex.
You wouldn't give up. You would never have a dessert anywhere else rather than give up Nando's.
Just not Nando's too much.
Good lord.
Okay, let's get back to football. Do football ones.
We've only got a minute left. So.
Oh, have we? Oh God.
Hamza says, "Hot take: Mustafi's first season was decent."
Hamza, I think you're slowly cooking.
I think you're marinating, mate.
I think you're slowly cooking with that take. It's when you did that interview, it went tits up.
Would you rather have Ange or Eric Ten Hag as Arteta's successor? Oh my goodness.
Oh God, both are unbearable. You got one guy who's just blatantly rude, and the other guy is just completely deluded. Well, they're both.
You could say that about both of them.
But Ten Hag's not usually rude, though, is he?
He called Davies a bad defender on live TV. Hey, Davies, he's a bad defender. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that. But Ange is like consistently rude, though, isn't he? He's consistent.
I'd rather have Eric Ten Hag. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And he'd try and right that wrong of that Garnacho offside.
Right.
Right, we're going to do 2 more questions. And then we're going to end the
Can
show.
we do would you rather's actually? Yeah.
Yes, we can. 2 more would you rathers. You like these would you rathers, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one. I had a really gruesome one, but I'm not saying that. It
Okay,
was
don't
actually
do
no, I won't say that. Okay, right. I've got one.
Go on.
I've got one. Would you rather not win anything over, again, it's the same theme, over 10 years at Arsenal? Or would you rather you doing a Gary Lineker on the pitch is somehow a good omen that wins you the league on that day? But
what on earth is that question? What on earth are you saying to me right now?
So right.
What have you just said? That made no sense.
No, okay, so would you rather...
Would you rather do a poo on the floor?
Yeah. Okay, so you have to do that. You have to do that poo on the pitch for your team to go on and win the league on that day. If you don't do it, you don't win the league on that day.
So it's
But
not
it
would
has
you.
to be-
It's basically lose the league or do a poo, and
But
everybody
sees it, and it's like it stinks the whole place up. The whole place.
Can everyone know that the reason I do a poo is because we need to win the league?
No, it's just spontaneous. You're like, I can't make it.
I have to do it, and then no one will ever know.
Yeah, you can't make it to the. It's just there. It's on the center circle as well, so they're gonna have to clean.
Yeah,
it
I'd
up
do
as
it.
well.
I'd do it. Do you know what it is?
Top man.
I'd do it because if you win the league, no one's going to remember it,
Top man. Good man.
and hopefully you just pray the cameras don't pick it up or something.
And like your shorts are completely brown, like they're full on brown.
Yeah, that's you're done, aren't you? You're done. People are saying, would you rather leave the would you rathers before the would you rathers leave you?
No, that's a classic. That's a great one. That's the best one, hands down.
Final one from Beanie. Thank you so much for the super chat. Beanie, I think we've spoken on the director's box. I'm going to the City game this weekend for the first time. Any must-do things around or in the Emirates? Keep it up, guys. People put stuff in the chat, please, for Beanie. Recommendations. First time at the Emirates. Let's go. I think, Beanie, you said you're in Singapore. I could be wrong.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Singapore.
I think it said Singapore. So if you're over here for I don't know if you're in England for the first time, but if it's certainly the Emirates for the first time, welcome. Have fun. CC said do an AFTV post-match interview. Get a Guinness.
The vibe you feel it. If that's the vibe.
Simon says enjoy the game.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to Beanie?
I'd say make sure you get there nice and early so that you can soak it all in, because I think your first watch, you want to see everybody train, like all the players. So make sure you get in the ground around about 45 minutes before kickoff. That's what you should do. Don't leave it any less than 45 minutes. Make sure you do a couple of laps. I do a lap every single time just to get steps in. But you should do a lap just to soak it all in. Take the pictures of all the statues and all the players, the banners as well. Pre-match, go to Nando's. Holloway Road Nando's, Cheeky Nando's is a prime.
Are you sponsored, mate? Should we get you sponsored?
I think they should sponsor us, Nando's. But Cheeky Nando's beforehand. It's a decent shout in it. And then just have a good time. Yeah, like you'll love it. You'll love it. So
yeah, I actually would recommend this. Don't go to Arsenal. Go to either Highbury Islington or Finsbury Park. You could even go further away and walk from there. Because you get more of the atmosphere, you get like people walking to the game and stuff. You see a bit more of the local area.
That's a great shout, because like when you get to Arsenal, it's just there, it's just literally there. Whereas you go through the walk and
you also just get your steps
Great shout. Got to get your steps in. 11 minimum.
If you can, I mean, if you're at the Emirates for the first time, I know it's a bit basic, but the stadium tour is pretty good.
Yeah,
and it's fun to see like different areas of the stadium.
I did it with Charlie George.
Hello, mate. This Sunday, score prediction.
Going for a nervy 2-1. I think we can't underestimate them. They're still City, aren't they?
Nervy 2-1.
Yeah.
I think, mate, 3-1. I honestly feel really confident.
Are you going?
I am. I'll be on live from N5.
Nice.
So
Where
I'll
do
be
you sit then
watching
usually after that? Is it just
Club level. So the seats are amazing, mate.
They are. Atmosphere's
amazing.
dead though, isn't it?
No, because you're around. Like I'll be with my friends and stuff, so like it'll be that you can go with people.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be on there.
Nice.
Thank you everyone for joining us on TCP Live.
It's been a fantastic one.
It's been an absolutely fantastic vintage TCP Live.
Yeah,
Lovely mix of analysis, of banter, bit of impressions, bit of fun, bit of laughs, bit of jokes.
Bit of poo.
You have to bring the tone down.
That was a brilliant question. That was a great one.
Thanks. Would you rather to sit on the floor and do a poo than to go to... Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. And thanks, as always, for keeping it Arsenal.
Tens of thousands of football fans came to Highbury. This was one kind of queue the ladies thoroughly enjoyed.
Electrifying. Electrifying. Inspiration.